How's it going, everybody? I'm doing a drink review here today. I've done a few drink reviews recently now. And a gum chewing channel update when I get finished with the drink review. And I will be updating the disaster that are my brackets for the NHL NBA. The NBA is the real disaster. The NHL is not brutal. But anyway, I'll get to that in a few. The drink I have here today is sparkling ice black cherry. I'm not sure if I ever did this. It's possible I did at some point. You're supposed to shake this. No. Doesn't say anything about it. I'm a fan of black cherry beverages. It's got the nice smell. Yeah. Not bad. Is it Doc Brown's black cherry soda? I'm trying to remember if that's what it's called or something else. I do remember that one. I don't see those, but do I see those bottles down here? I gotta look for them. I used to get these at the bottles up on Long Island stores. They were always like a little bit more expensive than all the other soda, which I found funny. What's in this? 5 calories. No sodium, no fat, no carbohydrates, no protein. It's got vitamin A, vitamin B6, B12, pantho, some kind of acid, and some other crap. It's not bad though. I got a shave today. I'm filming this pretty early to get it up by 9 a.m. So, and I forgot to put it. I was gonna knock it down to 720. So I probably won't get up by 9 a.m. 720p because it would upload faster. I forgot, as I figured I would. But I do need to. This is like 7 days worth of growth. 7 full days worth of growth, so. It's pretty good though. It's a nice little refreshing beverage. I'm a fan of black cherry. It's not as good as like a black cherry soda, but it's close. I just like the black cherry flavor. I like black cherry grape. I like in my beverages. Orange flavor too, like a Sunkist or a Live Wire by Mountain Dew. Fanta orange and stuff. I'd go an 8 on this. I like it. I'm a fan of black cherry. I might have reviewed this at some point a while back. It wouldn't have been here, I don't think. It's probably up in New York. But on Long Island. But yeah, I go an 8 on this. It's good. I like the sparkling ice. I've had some of these in the past. That's why I think I might have did a review or two on these. You find them in the supermarkets. They're usually in their own little kind of box type thing that's just out in the middle of an aisle. $1 a piece, so you grab it. But I'll go an 8 on it. It's a nice black cherry taste. It's a pretty refreshing drink as well, which is nice, even though it's not hot out today. All right. Channel updates quick. If you've seen it, if you haven't, check it out. I put up a short yesterday, and it was actually an ASMR related short. It wasn't the cat or out on the porch or whatever, or from a concert. It was me doing. I did dueling scissors symphony. So if anybody wants to check that out, it's under the shorts on my channel. But I plan on doing more shorts this month. Or at least I'm going to give it a try. See how they do. That one's not necessarily doing well at all. I should just stick to the cat ones. They view much better. But I want to do more ASMR related shorts. That one was like a minute, maybe like a minute 45 seconds. I'll probably keep them in that zone. Like a minute. I'll probably keep them under 3. I'll probably keep them at 2 and under. Probably between a minute and 2 minutes. I'm not going to do them for like 30 seconds or anything. But I do want to try to throw more of those up just to see how they play, how you guys like them and stuff like that. But that's really the only update. I'd say I'm not doing requests much anymore. But I say that every update, and it doesn't matter. Because if you don't see the video, you're not going to know I said it. And then people still ask me to do stuff, so. Because it's like, oh, well, I'm like, oh, I could probably do that. That's why I don't put requests in the titles anymore. I'll just say usually in a video I was asked about this, because then more people ask. I've been trying not to really do them and stick with them for a while, but they still pop out from time to time, but the update's more of the shorts. I'm going to be putting up more actually ASMR, dedicated ASMR shorts this month. See how they play and if I continue to do them moving forward. But just a quick channel update. Alright, let's get to these brackets. I'll go to the NBA one. The NBA one's fucked. The NHL one is better. The game last night, the Avs and the Wild was 9-6. The Avs won 9-6. They had 8 goals, and one was an empty netter. So 8 goals on there. 10. That rookie, I believe, gave up 8, and the guy on the Avs gave up 6. They were getting lit up. And the Avs were up like 3-0 in the first period. Then it was 3-2 at the end of the first. And I think it was 5-5 at the end. But the Wild couldn't keep up. But anyway, picks that I had the Sabres beating the Bruins in 7. They beat the Bruins in 5. Unfortunately, this is where I got screwed on both sides. I screwed myself. The Lightning lost to the Canadiens in 7. Game 7 was last night. Canadiens had like 9 shots on goal and won 2-1. Lightning pulled what the Islanders were pulling against them back in the conference finals. The Islanders can't do jack shit, and they lose a Game 7, and the only goal scored in a 1-0 shutout is a shorthanded goal. The way the Lightning lost this Game 7 is totally the way the Islanders would lose a key playoff game. They would give up 2 goals, but they'd only allow like 9, 8, under 10 shots, and they'd have a bunch of shots, but the other goaltender is just playing out of his mind type thing. But the Canadiens win, and I had the Lightning beating the Sabres, so the Lightning have screwed me. I meant to X off the Lightning there, I forgot to. Hurricanes won in 5, I had them in 6. The Penguins, I had winning in 7, they lost in 6. This is my problem, and it's a problem on the other bracket too. I sometimes, especially because if I don't know a ton about, especially the NBA one, I lean into giving, and I did this with the Oilers and the Penguins here. I only had the Penguins get in the second round. I lean too into the legacy of what the teams have. Crosby, Malkin, Letang. Even though some of these guys aren't playing well, right? And I know Crosby got hurt and hadn't been playing as well since because he got banged up. I fall too into that. I fall into that trap of giving respect for the team that shouldn't really. This isn't the Penguins from fucking 8 years ago, or whenever that was, when they won back-to-back cups. You know, they won the cup. They went to the back-to-back ones early in Crosby and Malkin's careers. When they played the Red Wings 2 times, they lost to them the first time, being the second time. And then maybe like another 6-7 years, they played the Sharks and then the Predators, beat them both. But I give too much respect for teams that, like, they get into the playoffs, but there's problems, right? Every sport has this. So I'm like in my mind, like, yeah, this is Crosby and Malkin from 7-8 years ago. They're gonna get it done. And I didn't think I'm not saying that the Flyers were great or bad, or good or bad, but Flyers took them in 6. The Flyers did lose the first game to the Hurricanes 3-0. But it's not looking too good. I still have the Hurricanes my pick to go to the finals from the Eastern Conference. This could be the Hurricanes' chance to get to the finals again. They haven't been to the finals since they won it in like 05, 06, was that? They beat the Oilers in 7. It was them that beat the Oilers in 7, right? Yeah, because the Lightning beat the Flames in 7. Western Conference, I had the Avs winning in 6 over LA. They swept them, I believe. I had the Wild beating the Stars in 7. They beat them in 6. I had the Golden Knights beating the Mammoth in 6. They did beat them in 6. I had the Oilers beating the Ducks in 6. They lost. And then I had the Oilers going to the conference finals. Once again, even though the Oilers obviously recently have gone to 2 straight finals, last year and the year before, even though they lost them, I was like, oh, they'll have another decent run here. I'm giving respect, even though there was kind of issues going on there. I don't look at enough and be like, okay, there are clear problems with these teams. I can't go by, although theirs is not like the Penguins. I don't think the Penguins have gotten out of the first round. When was the last time they got out of the first round? Was it their last cup win? Wasn't they advanced? See, that's the shit I should be looking at. I know the Islanders beat them a couple times over that span in the first round. They beat them in not the COVID year, the second COVID year, where they had the weird, they flipped the divisions and Boston was in the Islanders division and Carolina, I think, moved up to like the Canadiens division. And they only played within their division. It was like a 50-something game season. The Islanders beat the Penguins that year and they beat them in 18-19. And then, of course, they ran into the Hurricanes, and the Islanders cannot beat the Hurricanes in the playoffs. And the Lightning. Those southern teams they can't beat. Besides Florida, they can. They beat Florida once, like 10 years ago, in the first round, and they beat them in the preliminary round of the first COVID one. But the Hurricanes and the Lightning, they cannot beat. But anyway, Oilers, it's like you're giving respect to a team because you're like, yeah, McDavid, Draisaitl. Did Draisaitl play? He played. I'm pretty sure he played in that. But they still have their same issues they always have. Defense is a problem. They're not scoring goals like crazy. That's usually not going to end well. So Vegas will be playing the Ducks in round 2. Avs will be playing the Wild. So I still have I have both. I have the Avs winning it over the Hurricanes in 7. They're both still there. That could still work out. At least both of them making it. Maybe the Hurricanes do. But NHL one's not a complete disaster. The NBA one is a fucking disaster. Alright, the Pistons did come back. I had the Pistons winning in 6 over the Magic. They were down 3-1. They blew them out last night in Game 7, so they came back from 3-1. I have them. I had the Cavs beating the Raptors in 7. They did win in 7. They won Game 7 last night. So I was right in 2 there. Here's where my bracket's destroyed. It's over. I had the Celtics beating the Sixers. They were up 3-1 and then collapsed and lost in 7. Tatum, I don't think, played the last game. And then I had the Celtics winning the title over the Thunder in 7. I'm an idiot. It was a bad pick, I guess. I mean, it was maybe a bad pick to have them go the full way. Maybe not, though. The Sixers beat them and that was the first time the Sixers beaten the Celtics in the playoffs. This is overall franchise history, like 6 times. The last 6 they lost. So this bracket's screwed. It's over. Disaster. They're up 3-1. They freaking blow it. Magic are up 3-1. They blow it. I don't think that's the first. Was McGrady on the Magic when they were up 3-1? And he's like, oh, it's nice to get to the second round. He forgot that they switched it over to best of 7 in the first round, and then they lost in 7. But I'm good on the top part. I did get 3. The Knicks I had winning in 6. They did win in 6 over the Hawks. But the Eastern Conference is screwed. I had the Thunder winning in 5 over the Suns in the West. They won and they swept them. I had the Rockets beating the Lakers in 7. I didn't know that Durant was going to pretty much miss the whole series. I think he played in like a game. Dude, I can't get over these dudes. It's like they're getting hurt constantly. They're constantly banged up. It's like a new guy hurt every time. If I knew he was not going to be playing pretty much 90% of the series, I would have the Lakers. So the Lakers won that series. I had the Spurs beating Portland in 6. They beat them in 5. And this is the legacy one here. Well, not the legacy, but this is the. I think I'm making the right decision. I'm giving this team too much credit for the NBA. I could say the same things for the Celtics, but I think that was a straight up legitimate upset. Like, I had the Nuggets going to the conference finals. They lost to the T-Wolves in 6. I'm giving the Nuggets too much credit because they won one. They have Joker. They won one a couple of years ago. They're not that great. They fired their coach, who was really good, Malone, which is probably a mistake. When did they fire him? Was it last year? And the T-Wolves are good. That's the thing. The Wolves are a good team. I should be giving them more credit. But I think what's his name's hurt for a little bit here now, though. Anthony Edwards, does he? But the Nuggets are the team I gave too much credit for. Similar to, like, I can't say I give the Penguins too much. I only had the Penguins going out the first round. The Oilers I gave too much credit. The Lightning I was giving too much credit, I think, too. Even though they ripped it up. So really, no. I can sit here and say that I give the Celtics too much credit, but I don't know, they look good. I thought they were going to do well. The Sixers like, how about no? You're going to blow through in late as well. But this bracket's screwed. I'll probably, when these finals are over, I'll probably just chat about it in a ramble. But the Nuggets, I should not. I think I gave them too much credit last year, too. Like, I was like, oh, they have Joker and they're solid. No, they're not, though. They're not going to make it to the conference finals. I don't go with my, I go with my heart, not my brain. But anyway, bracket update, quick little channel update. How are your brackets doing? How's your team doing? If you're a Celtics fan, it's not good. But an 8 out of 10 on Sparkling Ice Black Cherry. And thanks for